Hello and welcome to TTV News broadcasting on TayNinh newspaper and radio television with some latest events in TayNinh province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, dispersing public investment capital is one of the most important political tasks. Therefore, the leadership must play a key role in directing and seriously organizing the implementation with the principle of celerity. This was the directive of Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính at the National Conference on promoting public investment in 2025.
The conference took place on October the 18th with the participation of the Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà, Lê Thành Long, Hồ Đức Phước, Mai Văn Chính, along with the leaders from the related ministry and sectors. At conference site in TayNinh Province, the member of the Standing Committee of Principal Party Committee and Vice Chairman of Principal Bills Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thanh attended. To ensure that the public investment disbursement rate in 2025 reaches the target of 100%, contributing to the growth target of 8% in 2025, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested that the agencies and localities promote the spirit of talk less, do more with the conference results and work day and night, including the weekends. The Prime Minister particularly emphasized that ministry, sectors and localities must continue to tighten discipline and regulations, decisively and strictly handle investors, project management boards, organizations and individuals who intentionally cause their days obstruct or act irresponsibly. At the same time, it is necessary to regularly review, adjust, and transfer capital among the projects to ensure the effectiveness, transparency, timely progress, contributing to economic growth, macroeconomic stability, and sustainable development. And during this term, public investment capital increased by 55% compared to the previous term. And in 2025 alone, the total public investment capital nationwide is over 1.1 billion Vietnam dong. And as of now, the disbursement rate of public investment capital in 2025 had reached about 51%, equivalent to nearly 455 trillion Vietnam dong. And notably, 9 ministries, central agencies, and 16 localities have achieved a disbursement rate higher than the national average, including TayNinh Province. At the conference, delegates raised many opinions and clarified the limitations and shortcomings that have slowed disbursement, and from there, they proposed the key breakthrough solutions focusing on improving the institutional framework to promptly remove obstacles, determined to complete the goal of 100% of disbursement of public investment capital in 2025.
Following the directive of the Ministry of Finance on preparing the 2026 budget investment plan, the previous committee of TayNinh Province has submitted a report proposing the tentative allocation plan for public investment capital. In the report, the Provincial Committee clarified the structure of central and local funding sources, along with proposals related to key and urgent projects in the province. According to the report, the total domestic central state budget funds expected to be allocated to the province in 2026 amount to 13,120 billion Vietnam dong. Of this, the province plans to save 5% and allocates 95% to projects. Regarding local budget sources, the total is estimated at more than 18,200 billion Vietnam dong, including over 2,176 billion Vietnam dong in concentrated basic construction capital, 11,200 billion Vietnam dong from land use fees, and 4,860 billion Vietnam dong from lottery revenues. The Provincial Business Committee is developing a detailed allocation plan to submit to the Provincial Business Council for review at the year-end 2025 session. TayNinh also proposed that the Ministry of Finance agree to add a medium-term public investment capital plan for the 2026-2030 period for component Project 7 of Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road with a capital of 42 billion Vietnam dong, and to consider additional public investment capital allocations in 2026 for the province key and urgent projects.
The National Highway 62 is a vital route connecting National Highway 1 to Bình Hiệp border gate, and after nearly 25 years in use, it has severely deteriorated due to the increased traffic and to address issues. On June 30 of 2025, the Prime Minister approved the investment policy for the National Highway 62 operate project under decision number 1415. The project spans nearly 70 kilometers, starting from the Ho Chi Minh City Trung Lương Expressway junction and ending near Bình Hiệp border gate, including an 8 kilometers bypass around Tân Thành commune. And from September 1st of 2025, the management, operation and maintenance of National Highway 62 were handed over to the Road Management Zone number 4. Additionally, TayNinhTV has proposed that demonstrate construction and the Vietnam Road Administration allocate the funding to maintain and operate the sections of National Highway 62 and the National Highway N2 passing through Tân Thành commune, with over 8 kilometers in total, to ensure the traffic safety and urban development, contributing to the local socio-economic growth.
Ladies and gentlemen, despite unfavorable weather in early October, with heavy rains affecting construction progress, the atmosphere at key provincial construction sites remains busy and determined to pitch the sun overcome the rain to ensure project timelines and quality. At the project on Provincial Road H30E, the section from the expressway interchange to Provincial Road H30 contractors proactively arrange machinery and manpower to overcome adverse weather and maintain the construction schedule. This project has a total investment of over 3,700 billion Vietnam dong, including 1,200 billion Vietnam dong for construction and nearly 2,500 billion Vietnam dong for site clearance. When the weather is unfavorable, we apply rainy season construction methods, pumping and draining water from the entire site to avoid quality issues. Regarding quality, the supervising consultant works closely with contractors and investors to ensure proper standards are met before approving any work. Regarding progress, we try to speed up the parts where land is available, working quickly to meet the investor schedule. At Provincial Road H2B project, over 11 kilometers long with a total investment of nearly 1,000 billion Vietnam dong, owners coordinate closely to complete the project on time. Taking advantage of 98% of the land already handed over, the construction unit is focusing on excavation, sand filling, stone laying, and asphalt paving. Phase 1 of this project received 300 billion Vietnam dong in central government budget support, with the remainder funded by the provincial budget and other legal sources. In 2025, the project was allocated 170 billion Vietnam dong, with more than 100 billion Vietnam dong already disbursed, achieving over 61% of the plan. The challenge during construction is the heavy rain season impacting progress. We plan to pump sand into the roadbed to maintain continuity. Going forward, we will focus manpower and equipment resources to ensure the timeline committed to the investor. With proactive spirit and high responsibility, construction units are striving to complete the project as planned, creating momentum to boost the province's rapid and sustainable socio-economic development. With flexible and effective methods, the TayNinhTV branch of the Bank for Social Policies has delivered referential loans to the right beneficiaries, helping create sustainable livelihoods and affirming its role in poverty reduction, social welfare, and rural development. In the first 9 months of 2025, the branch's total loan disbursement reached nearly 3,400 billion Vietnam dong, supporting about 23,700 poor and near-poor households and other policy beneficiaries to develop production, business, and improve living standards. It also helped create jobs for over 23,000 workers, enabling sustainable poverty escape. Policy credit has become a crucial support meeting the needs of especially low-income households by creating stable jobs and enhancing production capacity. It also helps prevent high-interest lending, reduce unemployment, and effectively implement national poverty reduction programs.
And also related to policy credit funds, after nearly 2 years of implementing Prime Minister Decision number 22 in 2023 on the credit for individuals who have completed their prison sentences, TayNinhTV has around 200 cases granted loans with a total outstanding balance of over 21 billion Vietnam dong. And these figures demonstrate the reintegration journey of hundreds of former offenders in the locality. And to maximize the effectiveness of this capital, in the recent times, the Transaction Office of Bank for Social Policy across the province have actively conducted extensive communication to localities closely connected with the grassroots authorities to review, verify beneficiaries, and disperse funds appropriate to each specific circumstance, helping former convicts have the best conditions to rebuild their lives. And with the close attention from authorities at all levels and proactive efforts from the Bank for Social Policies, this human capital fund will help more and more former convicts stabilize their lives in the future.
Customs Sub-Department Region 17 recently held a 2025 business dialogue with companies including custom procedures at Samad, Gatum, and Phước Portuguese, along with a specialized workshop on custom procedures for imported agricultural goods. During the event, the sub-department informed businesses about regulations on goods handling at consolidation, inspection, and supervision sites for imports. Cases are supplementary declaration as per Circular Number 39 of the Ministry of Finance and common administrative violations in custom procedures. Leaders from the Customs Sub-Department Region 17 and Portuguese custom officers listened to and addressed businesses' concerns, especially regarding custom procedures for imported agricultural products. Through the program, the sub-department leaders encourage businesses to understand industry challenges, particularly specific regulations for agricultural goods, and urge them to stay updated on new rules and improve compliance to build a fair, sustainable import-export business environment. Dear audience, in recent years, the situation of riverbank, canal, and creek erosion in TayNinhTV province has become increasingly complicated. In response, specialized agencies and local authorities have focused on reviewing and zoning areas at risk of landslide. At the same time, proactive measures have been implemented to minimize damage as much as possible.
This is an erosion area along the Vam Gor River in Thuận My commune, about 50 meters long, with the erosion depth ranging from 2 to 3 meters and in some places up to 4 meters deep. The erosion edge is only about 3 meters from the riverbank dike, directly threatening the riverbank dike system. Immediately after the landslide occurred, the total government of Thuận My commune implemented temporary remedial measures such as installing coconut point walls and reinforcing the eroded bank to limit the spread of erosion. However, due to the effects of the storms and high tides, the erosion situation remains complicated. And recently, the Department of Agriculture and Environment approved the maintenance and repair of the riverbank dike along the Vam Gor River to ensure the safety of the people's lives and property. The local people strongly support and will work together with the Irrigation Sub-Department to complete the project soon to meet the production needs and stabilize their lives in the near future. And here is another landslide site in TayNinhTV commune at the Mương Quỳnh River, section leading to Cần Đước River, about 70 meters long, and under the resident rainfall for 15 meters with the coconut palms in 2024, this location has further eroded around 20 meters and causing subsidence about 4 meters deep, completely washing away the temporary house of one house on and threatening the land and homes of about 4 other houses on living nearby. And the local hamlet authorities reported the source to the commune's government, and then it was escalated to the provincial level, and where officials came down to survey and discuss support measures for the people, and we hope the authorities will allocate the funds to fix this landslide quickly so the people's life can return to normal. According to statistics from 2021 to now, the province has now recorded 423 landslide points of various size with a total length of over 23 kilometers, causing estimated damage of around 78 billion Vietnam dong. And since the beginning of 2025 until now, TayNinhTV has had 13 dangerous landslide and subsidence sites totaling more than 2.6 kilometers in length, causing the loss of about 25.8 hectares of land. And to proactively prevent the landslide, localities regularly inspect inspect and review and zone high-risk areas while placing warning signs and developing relocation plans for affected households. The agriculture and environment sector has instructed specialized associates to regularly coordinate with the localities to review and assess landslide situations. We frequently educate the residents in landslide-prone areas to be cautious, advising against extending or building the houses close to the eroding banks of rivers, canals, and the creeks to avoid unfortunate incidents that could affect the lives and property. And with the coordinated and determined efforts, tenant province try to effectively control the landslide situation, minimize the damages, and protect the lives and the property of the people. And to improve the state management and public service for residents and businesses, tenant province has focused on developing a modern integrated database system. The province maintains a shared database repository and has established an open data portal and digital map portal to facilitate information sharing among the agencies. After consolidation, 124 out of 186 databases supporting management have been built, with 90 of 100 shared databases integrated into the provincial data repository. Notably, 92 out of 125 open data sets have been made public. The province is also collecting and creating a local government database across all sectors and enhancing the land information connectivity with the national population database to simplify administrative procedures during the implementation of a two-level local government model and provincial consolidation. In the coming time, TayNinhTV will continue spending and improving the shared data repository and specialized database to build a modern, transparent digital government that better serves citizens and businesses.
The traditional festival commemorating the 157th anniversary of the national hero Nguyễn Trung Trực sacrifice has just been officially opened in Rạch Giá Word, An Giang Province under the theme The Spirit of Nguyễn Trung Trực, An Giang Stepping Confidently into the Future. This year's opening arts program offered the audience a space that was both solemn and vibrant, fondly reflecting the heroes' indomitable spirit and loyalty, while showcasing today's An Giang as a warm, dynamic, and aspiring community. The festival runs for 3 days from October 17 to 19, featuring formal ceremonies honoring Nguyễn Trung Trực contributions and a lively program with diverse cultural activities representing the Mekong Delta's identity, such as traditional music, performances, lion and dragon dances, folk games, calligraphy displays, and exhibitions of local specialty products and outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, following the government's directive to develop catalysts, the youth of TayNinhTV have become a core force in raising awareness, supporting and helping people, especially small traders at markets and individual business households, get familiar with and switch to electronic transactions, contributing to comprehensive digital transformation across the province. At traditional markets in Bình World, images of youth union members guiding small traders to install banking apps, create QR codes, and use e-wallets have gradually become familiar. Many traders initially hesitant and reluctant to trade now skillfully use these new payment methods. Now, buying and selling with QR code scanning is much more convenient. The youth members guided me on how to scan codes very easily. Customers just scan the code to pay. It's very convenient. Currently, the rate of business households using cashless payment methods in Bình markets ranges from 30% to 50%, helping transactions proceed quickly, safely, and more transparently. Promoting the youth as a bridge between the government and the people, bringing digital transformation to citizens through public services, digital applications, and cashless payments. The youth force is not only the pioneering group in using digital technology, but also stands shoulder to shoulder with people in participating in digital transformation. These initial achievements are proof of the pioneering and creative spirit of Chinese youth in the province's digital transformation journey, helping build the image of a dynamic, civilized, and modern Taynin. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.